Blammo Kazamo.
Blammo Kazamo. It's your boy, Jabe.
Your boys.
Also known as your boys, technically.
Your boys.
The Jabe, the Gabe, the Shabe.
The Shabe.
The man of many names and many peoples.
It's true.
And then yours.
They don't know what to call me. Hipster Gumby.
Hipster Gumby.
I know.
That hipster Shabe.
Yep. Hipster Jabe.
I like the Shabe. Not gonna lie. The Shabe is pretty.
Shabe.
I just like saying Shelby Shabe Shannon.
Yep.
Hi everyone.
Oh, hold on.
Wad Tomato Hen. We forgot we did something, Jordan. What did we do? We moved the microphone. Oh, I bet nobody can hear me. Hi. Yeah, we're good. We did a thing. We were recording more videos, and we moved the mic out of the way so that we wouldn't see it, but that means that it's kind of hard to hear me. So hi everyone. You can hear me now.
I had my headphones on, and I was like, why can I not hear Jordan in my ears? Well, I can hear him in my ears because he's in the same room as me, but not my fake ears.
Scrumbly Dumpus, I unironically think that somebody actually recommended that to me last night. That was not you. So that's pretty funny. So yeah, we're going to do some cool transparent stuff today.
Transparent.
Maybe mix a little bit of fluorescence in there somewhere.
Ooh.
But we're going to have some fun. We're going to do some cool stuff.
Did you just say transparent and fluorescence?
Yeah, why not? Hey, we're getting...
Dang.
We're here. It's just the two of us.
Dang.
It's the Shabe and Shorten show.
Shabe and Shorten?
Shabe and Shorten. I don't know. I went with it. It rolled off the tongue.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
Okay. Well, I'll let Gabe do all the naming conventions.
Oh, no.
I mean, did you look at the name for the stream today?
I did. Potato.
I could not think of anything.
So we called it potato.
So I called it potato. Okay. So... we are going to paint ourselves a pretty sweet purple kimono. But we're going to underpaint it with some teal.
Ooh.
So
wait,
that way
that's
we
not
have some like
transparent,
nice
though.
kind of cooler highlights.
I thought you said you're only doing transparency and fluorescence. Isn't that what you said, chat? I think that's what he said.
No, I mean, eventually we're going to paint it over with other stuff.
I heard nothing but fluorescence and transparency.
All of the things that I was just talking about doing, I was going to do with fluorescence or with transparency.
Oh.
Although I might mix a little bit of something.
Already cheating.
By the way, hello Christmas Sushi. How you doing today?
He left us.
He left us.
Yeah,
his office is now very empty.
Very empty.
And I'm going to be honest, it makes me very sad.
It's true.
So
it's open all the time, though. Normally, it's just a closed door.
I know, it's really weird.
A locked door that you don't know what's behind. It's like that door at school that everyone wants to know what's in it, but you never know.
You're never allowed to know.
You never find out.
Very strong presence, gone in a flash. All right, so we're going to start with some transparent white.
Like a fart in the windstorm.
We're also going to get a big old pile of glaze and wash medium onto our palette.
Ooh. A pile? How much is a pile? That's not a pile. That's a couple drops.
You know, that's not a couple drops. That's like...
I'll show you what a pile of glaze and wash medium.
You know what? You probably know what a pile of glaze wash medium is.
It's true. I know what a pile of noosh looks like.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know who knows what a pile of noosh looks like? Gabe and Christmas Sushi.
That's true.
Or excuse me, Jabe. He's not allowed to have anything other than the J name in here.
Currently.
I guess the other folks are not here, so
I know what the heck is going on.
The G name, the Gabe name.
Playing hooky from stream.
Sorry, game delay. I'm putting transparent white on my palette first. I'm gonna mix other colors into it.
Still noosh on my desk. Did it get on the table? No. I didn't realize it got on the table.
All right, we're gonna put a little bit of green.
Oh, so sad. It's okay.
This is transparent green, mind you, and transparent blue.
Transparent blue. All right, so walk me through this.
All right.
What's the plan?
So the plan is we're gonna mix up a nice transparent, like turquoise, like teal color,
mm-hmm.
and we're gonna put that over the parts that we want to have be purple.
Okay.
And then after that, we're going to go through and we're going to apply purple transparent. And we're going to be mixing some amount of glaze and wash medium into these mixes as we're doing it to get the right consistency for our paint as we want to apply this glaze.
Heck yeah.
Because we want it to be transparent, but we don't want it to be overpowering. But we do want to get all of this kind of nice gradient that we already have here to come through. So after we do the teal or the turquoise, we're going to go back in, we're going to do that purple, and that's going to go over the majority of the model, but it's going to be mostly towards the bottom. So that's kind of the deeper the shadow, the more intense we want the purple to be. And the more towards the highlights, we're going to leave more of that with the existing highlights showing, right? And we're going to do that, and then we're probably going to do red as an accent color, which is going to be really cool. So this bow on the front, maybe this like this cloth back here will be...
Now everybody's wondering, Jordan, what color are you going to paint the umbrella?
Probably red.
Okay.
Probably red.
Red umbrella.
So the idea is I want some like a purple and red.
Is it a parasol? Is that technically what it's called?
It's an umbrella.
What's the fancy name for an umbrella?
I mean, I think
Like
that there's like an
umbrella.
actual like traditional Japanese name for them, but I don't know what it is.
Parasol. Yeah.
I think the technical version of it is parasol, maybe.
Okay.
But I don't know. What's the difference?
What's up, Warpgate Studios?
Educate me, please.
I had a pretty good Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Thanksgiving, Jordan?
I had a fantastic Thanksgiving.
Heck yeah.
I watched
How was your Thanksgiving, Warpgate? You watched?
I watched football, believe it or not.
Football?
Football.
What is a football?
I watched.
Is that like Blood Bowl?
college?
Is that like real life Blood Bowl?
No. I hope not.
Is that the live action Blood Bowl?
I definitely hope not. I mean, kind of. To some extent.
It's awful. I'm sorry for making that joke, Chad.
All right. So
I'm ashamed of myself as well.
We mixed up this turquoise color, and you can see I'm thinning it down with a little bit of water and glaze and wash medium.
Yes, I learned to thin these down.
Do this glaze
to make the color different.
So this is the kind of idea. So with the nice thing about transparents is because of their nature of being transparent, you can use them to underpaint a lot. So that's kind of the idea here is we're using this turquoise as an underpainting for the purple that we're going to do, and it's going to add a little bit more vibrancy and color to the purple.
I like it.
We also might do a little bit of red towards the bottom and then just do blue over the top, which will leave the highlights more of a blue and the bottom more of a purple. So that's another option that we have as well. But we'll get to that when we start deciding. But right now, I'm just kind of giving this a nice thin coat. You can see that I'm leaving all of that zenithal exposed.
Warpgate spent some time with family that flew in, but managed to get some painting in as well, which is great. Heck yeah, I did too. Super fun. What's up, Ghost Hunter?
Ghost Hunter, hello?
Worked on some mechs.
Yeah.
Used some noosh.
I ended up talking to Gabe on the... No, it was the weekend before that we talked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had questions about color. Why is this not a Gundam?
I don't have one yet. I'm still working on the ideas for that project, JP Gray.
But the store you go to has so many of them. I've thought about doing a Gundam. That'd be kind of fun.
You know, it'd be fun. We should do a Gundam kit together. It'd be fun.
That'd be kind of fun. Kind of fun. Kind of cool. Kind of fancy. I can't though because I not literally, but I had it was a joke between me and Philip that he was because he painted Gundam, and I would always poke fun at him for painting Gundam, and I would call them Transformers, and he hated it. So I don't know if I can swallow that pill now of painting my own because the wrath that has been stored for the last.
I don't think you have to worry about the wrath. I think you need to worry about the being made fun of.
He'll rip me a new one.
He'll rip you a new one?
He'll rip me a new one. Because it was always in jest. It was never serious. but still, he was the butt of many jokes.
Well, now you will be the buttier of the
I will be the
jokes.
buttier of the jokes. Yeah.
Well, I hope everyone's doing great today.
How's it going, Slayer Street? Omicron Samurai in the house.
Gabe and I had a nice, relaxing day of recording.
We did have a lot of recording today. Lots of recording this week, actually.
And by relaxing, relaxing is not the right term. I was just being a joker.
Recording is relaxing.
I don't know if I would use the term relaxing. I would say, well, for you maybe.
I like recording.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
You gotta chill over there and be like, Jordan, say it again. Jordan, say it again.
Yeah. Nope, stop. Say it again.
You've definitely heard me talk a lot today.
I think I made Jordan say the same sentence 15 times today.
That's probably true.
There's a power trip you get when you're behind camera to tell somebody, no, stop, say it again.
I feel like I was generally pretty good about it.
Yeah.
And when I wasn't, it was largely just...
Ghost Hunter, I don't know how to tell you this, but that's not fluorescent blue, unfortunately. No. Because that doesn't exist.
This is not fluorescent blue. So...
It is.
We'll talk about it again.
Transparent blue mixed with transparent green.
Yep.
And a little bit of glaze and wash medium on a wet palette, giving you a nice turquoise glaze.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Fluorescent blue just doesn't really work, unfortunately. The pigment doesn't fluoresce in the way that we would want it to.
Nope.
For
just use sky blue.
Yeah, use sky blue or do what I'm doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It gives you a really poppy and vibrant look by doing this kind of glaze technique.
Also, sky blue mixed with white blue is chef's kiss. So good.
So yeah, we made the decision to not do blue because we wanted to have the fluorescence all be to the same level of vibrancy, and the blue just by its nature as a pigment just doesn't want to fluoresce very well.
Yeah. So I don't have a favorite color, but I have waves of when a color is my favorite to use at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or like you just go for it.
Yeah.
Just having fun with it. Right now, bright pale green is my go-to. It is such a cool color. Or at least that's like, I'm now like, what else can I paint using bright pale green? I really like that color.
You mean faded green?
No, bright pale. It's very pretty.
Am I crazy?
You're crazy.
Oh, that's just a color that I don't use very often.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, I've been using it to edge highlight my mechs that are painted in jade. It's coming out very nice. But that's why I picked jade, because I was like, this color is awesome. What could I paint using this as a highlight? That's what I did. And I'm going to start doing that because that helps. Especially like things... Once you branch out from the GW, at least for me, this is how it felt. When I branched out from the GW world, if they tell you every color you need to use, and you can't get that out of your head of painting the box art, I get stuck in what colors I paint my mechs. I don't know.
Just throw some color out there.
But then I picked a color. We're doing it. We're going after it. Morning Tide, thank you for the sub. 3 months.
Hello,
Heck yeah.
Morning Tide. Thank you for the sub.
Bright yellow green for your Death Guard. Heck yeah. That is also a really cool color. It's so funny because, at least for me, I definitely tend to go towards the bright colors more. Like, that's like, oh, I want to paint with this color. But you can't just, like, throw bright pale green on a miniature. I mean, you could, but that's gonna be bright. That's gonna be a bright miniature. Uh-oh.
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 I gave you warning.
I
Twice.
He did. He clapped.
I hear the man.
I better be seeing work getting done in here.
We're painting.
I
We're painting.
I think you have the wrong idea of what this stream is about. This is a food stream, right? We're supposed to talk about food all day?
JP Crate, tell me the colors. I hate thinking. Yeah. That's how I felt until I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick a color. I'm going to figure it out. What color goes good with this? That's what I'm going to do.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Booyah.
All right.
Gentleman Paints, I did the same. Mix it with black, brown, or bright warm gray. Heck yeah.
And now we're gonna grab some transparent purple. Not transparent black.
We got a Jason in the house.
Yeah, haircut.
I did.
He's the pretty one
I
again.
actually got a lot of them cut.
Game delay. Jordan, I've never seen you working so hard. I'm so impressed.
Is he gone? I'm trying to help out. Bastard. He's like, guys, he's right here and he caught me. Bastard. Game delay, I'm on to you.
Thanks, game delay. I appreciate the.
I'm on to you. Amory Burgess, you are incorrect.
No eat.
Oh, you were talking about JP Gray. Just tell me the colors. Just tell me where you want to eat. Gentleman Paints, what's going on? Morning Tide, what's going on? You've had 0 downtime for like a month. Well, I am glad you got some free time again. I hope it was for good reasons, that you're not beaten to death. Ghost Hunter says, man, it's really easy to pull your string. What do you do?
Really easy to what?
What do you do?
What do what?
And Morning Tide, thank you for the sub. Hi, everybody. Ghost Hunter, I'm bringing sexy back, I said.
He is bringing sexy back. He knows all about sexy.
This morning he came into my office and said that he gave Jordan a few days of sexy, but then he had to take it back.
Yeah.
Yep,
take it back.
true.
Yeah, he had to take back the crown.
You only give them enough rope to hang themselves. You can't let them have it the whole thing.
I want to do that very effectively.
So now, other than Gabe with Hat Head, we are the sexiest streamers on the internet.
Oh, well, that is true.
It's true. Should I take off my hat so you can see the hat head?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say we
Okay,
might not.
now we are even sexier
It's true.
because Gabe's got that 100-point wave at the top of his head.
100-point wave.
Where his hair was kind of like crushed under the hat.
Yeah.
Source does what's going on.
Did you enjoy your spa treatment hair appointment?
You know, it wasn't okay. So here's a funny thing. So I told you I used to go to the Sport Clips on Indian School. Right?
Yep.
It's like, I don't know, the Arcadia Sport Clips or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
Right? But and I went there because the old house was closer over there, and the only other thing that was close was like there was a barbershop you could never get into and a Supercuts.
Okay.
So I went there, and it was okay. The cool thing about Sport Clips is that they do the head massage while they're washing your hair, right?
Yep.
And that's also, you fall asleep.
Yep.
That's great. I love that. But the haircut was always underwhelming. I because of being 53 and my hairline receding a little bit. I have a cowlick here, and it's really hard for them to maneuver around because it always wants to have a sprig of hair going like this. And I don't really care. I'm just like, shave it. I don't give a shit. But
thank you for the follow, P324 Alina Scar.
well, is that part of a word? P324. I don't know what that would be.
I don't know. Pizza.
But thank you for the follow. So I get there last night for my appointment, and I walk in and I go, I think the appointment's with Hannah. I just choose a random person every time I go. And she goes, I'm Hannah. Well, I'll take you right now. And we go back and sit, and we start talking about what I want to do with my hair. It's very simple. And she goes, oh, you getting the beard trim and the wash? And I said, yeah. And they don't do anything like that. They don't do like the head massage or anything like that. It's really, just easy in and out, kind of get it done. But they do a good job. But it turns out she's the one that cut my hair at Sport Clips.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
She's one of the ones that cut my hair at Sport Clips.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Because she was the manager over there for like the last year and a half.
Just changed locations.
Yeah. She'd only been working here for 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
But she cut my hair 100 times better here than she did at Sport Clips.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
As soon as she said that and I recognized her, I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh, man.
Oh, no.
But
She did a great job.
I didn't bring it up. But she spent the right kind of time. Like over there, you could just tell there's churn and burn. It was just like, get these people out of my face.
Right.
I don't want to be here.
Yep.
Over here, you can tell she was having fun. So, it's funny. As a businessman, this is what I took away from my haircut last night, is that when you enjoy your job, you do better.
That's true.
And she spoke about how much she enjoyed the environment she was in. They have a big garage door, so the garage door was open and the night air
I like
is
that
coming in.
location.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
So she was like, oh, it's so much better than just being cooped up in the air conditioning. You don't feel like you've been working for so long. And after it all, as she's telling me all this stuff, I'm like, you're cutting your hair better. You're doing a better job because you like your
Was it a more expensive cut?
your job. It is more expensive there.
That could
Not
be
by much though, only by like maybe $5 or $10.
Okay.
Supercuts is like $15 or something, $20 or something like that, and this place is like $30.
Yeah. Okay.
My haircut was not $30.
You go to a barber, they charge a lot.
Yeah. But, I mean, they do a good
Game
job.
Delay says, hang myself was sexy. Wait a minute. What? This is not that kind of channel, Game Delay.
Avian, I'm Jabe. I'm also Hipster Gumby in chat.
Well, Automaton says, why is it that my bottle of Noosh that technically you all paid for isn't going to get to me until Saturday? How did we pay for it?
Yeah, how did I pay for it? I didn't pay for it.
Did he win one?
Oh.
You're the one talking about giving Jordan enough sexy to hang himself before you took it back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but you said hang yourself was sexy, and that's not... You're not Jordan.
It's true.
Oh, a gift card from Zambies. Okay, now I get it. I was like, you had to have won one someplace. This must be where this is going, right?
So, I've been thinking about making a new Twitch name.
Oh?
So that it is Monument Jabe. But the problem is, if I create a new account, I have to wait until my Prime sub is out, or else I have to watch ads while the stream is on.
You know you can just, like, freely change your name, like, all the time, right?
It's true. I could just do that.
Yeah.
Could just change the name.
Yep. I've done that a few times. We're just building up some more of this transparent purple over that teal mixture that we made, or turquoise mixture.
Back to ogres.
Yeah, that's the project I'm working on.
Oh yeah, how'd the other guy turn out? I didn't actually have a chance to look at him today.
Oh, the Dreadnought we got ready for the video.
Oh, nice! It looks great.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
All the edge highlights on the white look really nice. Yeah.
It's ready to go.
The best part is you're gonna be so done with that model so fast because Noosh is pretty awesome and doesn't take that long.
Just new shit.
Just new shit.
Just new shit.
New favorite tagline. Just new shit.
But I don't know what I want to do on these. I wasn't in the I hadn't prepped my brain for painting.
How was your lunch?
It was good. Good. One of the guys from my the cult, the business cult that I'm in.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. He's great. He's great. He owns a landscaping company here in town.
Oh, cool.
And he's a very vocal member of the group, so I've met him a bunch of times at a lot of the events, and he's great. When I got assigned to him every month you do a one-on-one with somebody from the group. There's like 220 plus executives in this group. I say executive owners, business owners, and so you get paired up one-on-one every month.
That's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Any exciting websites discovered during this lunch?
No, but I did tell him about that because he wasn't at that meeting. He asked me like had I been enjoying any of the meetings and that he hadn't gone to or whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, I got to tell you the story. And so I told him the story about the pizza restaurant and the adult website that the guy was showing me, and I was all into it because I was like, oh, we could do that. Not the adult website, not the adult toys part of the website. If you weren't here for that whole discussion, we're not going to go through it again. But trust me, it was funny.
There's a VOD up of it somewhere.
It was funny. Turns out that one of the world's largest makers of adult toys is here in Arizona. And this guy that's in my group does the behind the scenes web development and programming for all the custom image stuff that they do.
Oh dang, that's cool.
You would have had a kick out of it. Forget the content that we were looking at, but the fact that the idea of being able to do what they do with color and texture to pick your own custom thing would play really well into what we do with paints. Being able to see color combos and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we can't afford that guy.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Yet.
Yeah, yet. I don't know. Things like that are hard for me. I'm like, do I really want to...
Lumberjack Tim, thanks for the sub. 22 months.
Hello, Tim.
Almost
Tim.
2 years.
What the...
Well, huzzah! I'll just throw back my legs and pollute my britches with delight.
You know, I realized I'm going to lose my stream streak.
Why?
Because I'm here.
You're what?
My stream streak. I was at 7 streams.
I mean, just go turn it on your
Streak.
computer.
No, I'm here though. I can't leave.
No,
I'm
just go turn it on and come back.
I'm stationed. It's not that important. I thought it was funny.
Gabe, this sounds very important.
It's not important.
I love how anxious you are, Jordan, to just tell him that he can just stop doing his job to go do something completely irrelevant.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes we gotta do stuff like that.
Lumberjack Tim asked how fast did everything sell out?
Yeah, Wad, all of you guys knew what I was talking about. That was the scariest part of that stream. There was a whole bunch of people in chat that knew exact. I didn't even remember the company's name. I think it was Wad that did.
It's funny. Tim, we sold out a noosh pretty quick. We're like hotcakes.
Yeah, I remember Gabe sending the message at like, I don't know, sometime on Friday. Early on.
In the morning.
In the morning, yeah. I was like, oh, all right then.
Yeah, I had to restock Noosh very quickly in that process.
Yeah. It was
Make sure
cool.
we had
Yeah.
any to sell.
Yeah. Spitfire said, today I learned that painting a yellow over a white is much easier than painting a yellow over a black.
It most certainly is.
100%.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things in painting that we get is people saying, hey, well, your yellow color over black. And I was like, well, it's a bad thing to do with yellow because yellow and black make green.
Yep.
And so it can do some really funky things. You don't really want to put, just from a mixing perspective, you don't want to shade yellow with black very often. You want to shade it with another warm color instead.
Mm-hmm.
Try to stay away from that
Browns are
neutral
good.
black feeling. But yeah, trying to put yellow over black is always going to be a struggle because of the translucence of yellow pigment.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have a bismuth yellow in the works that is a lot more opaque, but it's still not going to give you perfect coverage over black. Be a lot better though.
Paint Liquor, I almost missed noosh when I ordered the fluorescents. Well, I'm glad that it was an almost and that you didn't.
Yesterday we had, I forget who it was in Discord, was like, when are y'all going to have more noosh up? Because it had sold out. And by the time I answered him, it was back in stock. It's like in 10 minutes from the time he posted the question in Discord, he'd bought it.
I feel like that happens a lot. I'll see questions that are like, hey, when are you guys going to get this thing in stock? And by the time I can get around to like opening up the website and looking to see if it's in stock or not, it's back in stock.
Sometimes that's from people who haven't checked in a while.
That's true.
That is a common occurrence with us because they get like, you know, that you check 2 or 3 times over the course of a month for like your brush size or whatever, and if we're out of it, they just assume it's never in stock. And then when it comes back in stock, they miss it, and we're like, that's been in stock for like a month. That happens quite a bit.
This Mechanic Games well was looking forward to Adepticon and checking out your booth this year, but a dead furnace put an end to that. Oh man.
What?
That sucks.
A dead furnace.
That's an important thing to get
Especially
sorted.
in winter, man. That's
Yeah.
not something that's one you want to hear. Unless, of course, you live in Arizona, we don't even know what a furnace is.
No, I was about to say I'm pretty sure I know what that is, but also I'm not confident. I've not lived anywhere else. Venti 800, I'm super excited to get my hands on Noosh. Where did the name come from?
It's kind of a play on New Wash.
Yeah.
Was the idea. I think was it you, Gabe, that brought up Noosh? I believe it was.
Yeah, we had an idea.
We were talking about it during a meeting.
I think it was, Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was to kind of play off
You're like,
of
how about Noosh?
not oil wash. And then it's evolved from there.
Yeah. Yeah, not oil wash.
Mm-hmm. It's a new way to wash. And also it's funny to say.
It is really funny to say. I will admit.
And it's also something that you just like, how do you name something that's not been done before?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what we
kind of
talked
the big
about
one,
yesterday. Somebody asked on stream yesterday, and it's like anytime you have a new product that's, you know, a category doesn't exist for it, so you don't really have anything. You know, for colors of paint, it's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
What color is it? It's green. Call it green. You know, so it goes beyond our normal naming conventions when we do new products like that. It's like the go bag, right? the Go Back Evo, people have said, "Why'd you call it the Evo?" I don't know. It sounded good.
I mean, it is technically the evolution of the original bag into something bigger
Exactly.
and better, right? So
Exactly. That's where it came
it
from.
makes sense.
McKenna Game said being in the Midwest, it was 19 degrees last night. That's chilly. Having a dead furnace, 19 degrees outside, not good.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully your house holds its temp pretty well, because I have lived in the Northeast where that's a major pain in the butt. Blizzard in the middle of winter in Pennsylvania. We had a oil-fired boiler that wouldn't hold pressure, and it was sub-zero outside. And I think in the same span of nights, like in the 2-night period or whatever that we had to deal with that and sleep like in fully clothed kind of thing because it would get too cold before we got the boiler fixed, that a window unit that we had forgotten to take out of one of the windows upstairs fell out of the window.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
Because like the window in the cold being open would contract it or whatever enough to let the AC unit fall out.
Jeez.
Thank God it fell out into like the back of the house where nobody was, or it would have killed somebody.
Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Quazaluka. Source does ask, so what's new about Noosh? Why is it a new
It's
way
a
to
totally
wash?
different product than anything you've seen before. It's not just a retarder. It's not just a flow improver. It's an acrylic-based medium that allows you to extend the dry time of acrylics beyond their normal break point. If you just keep adding drying retarder to acrylics, they get tacky and won't dry at all.
Somebody likes us.
So you can't just throw 1,000,000 pounds of drying retarder at acrylics and hope to make them act like this.
Odin Stormfist sitting here distressing some drop pods with some Pro Acryl Dark Silver.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Amory says, yay, I built that ogre 20 minutes ago with the ads weapon. GW did a great job hiding the seams. I'm going to use it in Mordheim. They're
Awesome.
cool sculpts.
I have no plan for these other than to kick Zambi's butt in Warcry with him once. If we can get like some big thing together, maybe we'll use them for Warcry and give them away or something. But yeah, they've been fun models. I like them a lot.
Mechanic says looking into picking up the whole line of Pro Acryl paints and the new mediums as well.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you for giving us a look. That is awesome.
Yeah. How's it going, Megalodon?
Megalodon.
How you doing?
Megalodon, how is it going today?
So I'm gonna tell you
You haven't said it in a while. Go ahead and say
that
it.
there's no singing
Mm.
and also no dancing.
We got him.
What if I'm dancing in my head?
You can dance in your head all you want.
You just don't want to see it.
It can't come outside.
You're not allowed to let it out, Gabe. It's got to stay right there in your head. Can't go anywhere.
Spitfire, my cat is sitting on my lap and is making painting quite difficult.
That sounds like a thing a cat would do.
Yes. I have 3 cats, and sometimes all 3 of them try to get up on my lap while I'm painting.
Jeez.
And that is not fun. Plus a dog, and then they all freak out because the dog wants to play and they don't. It's a lot of fun. A lot of...
Dog's always in a good mood. Cats are cantankerous. There you go. Welcome to life. Dog's tail's wagging. Cats are looking at everybody like they're expecting people to jump out of the walls and attack them.
Yep.
Shifty-eyed. Hope everybody is having a good Tuesday.
Will there be singing and dancing on the New Year's stream? If Jason's asleep, we might be able to get away with it. But these do live on YouTube forever, so we'll probably have to pay the price eventually.
That's all right.
I'm not going to say out loud that you're right.
I'll pay the iron price. It's fine.
Game Delay, he says he has a no singing, no dancing policy, but then he breaks the policy, and it's allowed for like 10 minutes until he stops singing and dancing, and then no more singing and dancing.
Accurate.
Nailed it.
Mechanic says, luckily had the new furnace installed today by 2 p.m.
Awesome.
Nice. We were also surprised that the old furnace was from 1983.
Wow.
Dang. That is an old furnace.
A shame that eats your Adepticon funds, though.
Yeah.
I always hate to hear that when you're saving up for something fun and then you got to spend it on something completely not fun but necessary.
Yep.
Panic Bomb, I took a sick day and I'm painting Cruel Boys. Sorry you're sick, but also super cool you get to paint some Cruel Boys.
Cruel Boys are pretty cool.
They're pretty cruel.
I see what you did there, Gabe.
Spitfire, why did cowboys hang lanterns from their horse? It was an early form of satellite navigation.
Don't laugh at that. Don't laugh at that. Don't egg them on.
It's pretty funny.
We have to laugh at some of them, otherwise they're going to think we're aliens.
If you're taking suggestions, it would be nice to have a whitelist option on your website you can notify when items are back in stock. We do.
There is. You have to subscribe to the product itself, but it's on the website.
Yeah. So if you go to the product page, there will be a spot that says notify me when in stock, when it's out of stock.
But yeah, we have looked at wish list subscription deals that will do the same thing and email them. It's just we have not found a good one that interacts with our current email serving system, and we won't change that. So admittedly, I have not dug into it in a while. I'm sure there's probably some interface now that would work very well. Because it would be nice to not have to subscribe to 50 million products and just build a, wish list, which is kind of like a cart you don't have to check out with.
Alright, I think that's probably it for the shading with the purple transparent.
That's looking pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty neato.
Darken it up and you leave the upper areas exposed. So you still have some of that blue coming through.
G. Schmidt asked, Baby J, what is that model? Is it Malifax? Malifaux?
Malifaux. Yes. Is a Hinamatsu.
That's cool. What is Malifaux?
Weird.
The game.
Oh wow, that was such a good 1-2 punch of a joke. It's made by a company called Weird. WYRD.
That's cool.
Yeah. But it is also a weird game.
Yeah. Lumberjack Tim, question.
It actually has some of the best lore of any recently released games.
That's true.
They
went really deep.
I stopped playing the game because nobody was playing it around here, and I didn't have the time to go take armies to the store to play with people. None of my play group were interested in it at the time. Everybody was playing War Machine. But the lore, I would go to Drive Thru RPG and buy the old, out-of-date rule books.
Yep.
Because they were chock full of lore that was really bitching.
Is it a skirmish game or
it's
a
a
war
skirmish game?
Okay.
Small war band.
Cool. They look cool.
I think we're going to audible a little bit. I think I'm going to do orange or like a yellow.
Transparent, right?
No, this time.
I thought we call him back chat. He said all transparents earlier.
No, that was not what I said.
That's what he said.
I was going to use a lot of transparents.
Lumberjack Tim, question. The sets weren't up when I got the fluorescence. Am I still getting the set or 6 individual bottles? The sets should have been up.
Sets for what?
The fluorescence?
Should be.
Yeah.
They haven't gone out of stock to my knowledge.
No.
So I could do gold or I could do yellow.
If you were really fast on Friday, the sets will come into the store last because of the way the system builds sets. It requires all of the singles to be in stock first.
Yeah. But if you ordered a single of each, I imagine that they would have put 2 and 2 together to not give you separate bottles. They'll probably put it in a box,
Probably not.
but they may not. If you ordered other stuff, they may not.
That's not
but-
typical for standard orders.
Yeah. Hello, Enigma Hobbies. What's up?
Jen did it? Yeah, I don't know.
She's
When things get so fast and crazy around
Yeah.
here, typically they don't. But it's not out of the question. It's generally more of an issue of how many orders there are and how fast they have to get through everybody's. So some things that might happen on a normal shipping day don't happen the same way
Mhm.
during mad rush holiday new product release stuff.
Wad Tomato said they're going to give you all 6 colors in one bottle. That's not how that's not
Put
color
a
works.
wizard's butt sticker
It'd
on
be,
it.
it'd be
Put a
brown.
wizard's butt sticker.
Megalodon, no.
No.
No. You cannot order all of the sets and request individual bottles with boxes on the side.
You can.
I mean, yeah.
You can request that.
Yeah.
We'd probably get a laugh out of it here at the office. Jen has a tendency to put those kind of requests into group chat.
Enigma said, kids are getting a lump of coal for Christmas so I can catch up on my paints. It's a great Christmas for me. Not a lump of coal black. Hmm? Ah?
Did you post that stuff over to them?
Yeah.
Okay. When is that going to start running?
I will figure that out. Do that right now. Or not, because I don't have my phone on me like a crazy person. Oh, it's right here. I am a crazy person.
I am a crazy person. Okay, good.
You wanted that text that you sent earlier?
Huh?
You wanted that text that you sent earlier?
Yeah, I think so.
I like it.
Nobody said anything negative about it, so we'll just run with that.
Yep. Upside down labels. No. You could take them off yourself and put them upside down. But that may
Those
not
labels
go very
stick
well.
on pretty good.
They're pretty
You have a
sticky.
hard time getting them off.
Unfortunately for Jen, she likes to collect the upside down ones.
Does she really?
The upside down labeling is not a thing anymore. Like, it really can't happen.
It's kind of fun.
We've actually had some people that have contacted us going, how come I've never seen any more of the upside down ones? I'm like, were they that big of a thing?
There's a black market for upside down Acryl labels.
Well, that's Jen's favorite thing, so a lot of her bottles were always the upside down ones. We're definitely not known for letting things go to waste, so whenever we would get a bottle that the label creased or whatever it was, we just use it in the studio.
Mhm.
And she got in the habit of taking all the upside down ones for herself.
That's fun.
And she was the first one to be sad when we changed the way we do our labeling. And she was sitting there at the labeling machine, I think actually in production one day, and was like, wait a minute, does this mean we don't get upside down labels anymore?
Yes.
Oh.
I was like, yeah,
That is how that works.
it won't happen.
Question from 1S2S2P2. I don't know how to say that properly, but anyways. Looking forward to using the new fluorescents. Was there any thought on designing a blue fluorescent?
So blue doesn't really fluoresce.
Mhm.
There's not a good fluorescent pigment. You can kind of get it to, but it's not as good. And so since we didn't take into account the whole UV thing when we were making our fluorescents, we don't really care about that part. We just want the vibrancy and to make it look like it's glowing in daylight, right? So no, probably not. It's not a never. It's kind of one of those never say never things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if we were to figure out how to make it to where we can feel good about it, that's good. But right now, our sky blue and transparent blue over white do a much better job, and are already brighter than fluorescent blues that you would find.
Game Delay says, thinking I'll order the transparents in a set, but ask Jordan to sign it. So it'll be my Baby J signature set.
If that's what you want, then you can get the note through. Sure.
Careful. Your whole morning is going to be tied up with people requesting you sign their paint set.
No.
You could have him pick 6 colors for you, put it in a white box.
You guys are getting Jordan in trouble. I'm
Sign
going to be
the
like, hey,
white
Jordan,
box.
why isn't this stuff done?
Yeah.
It's going to be like, okay, so about that. I've spent my
Megalodon
entire
says-
morning signing shirts and paint sets and...
Megalodon says, wait, Baby J autographs were an option? Now I'm mad.
See? Told you. Wait for it. Fulfillment's going to hate you.
Why does Firefox take 50% of my machine's memory? Clip Studio Paint doesn't even use that much when it's doing final render of a high resolution
Because
render.
Firefox is a silly program. It
Honestly,
takes 50%.
all search engines are pretty rough.
They are.
Yeah.
Chrome's bad.
Chrome is bad.
Chrome's pretty good, all
No.
things considered.
Chrome
when
is,
you compare
Chrome is
them.
actually rough on your computer.
I don't know. I always have like 50 tabs open. So
Mhm.
I don't have any problem with Chrome.
Megalodon says, okay, everyone needs to order a complete set of paints, each one signed by Baby J. Each and every bottle.
nope. I mean, yes, order complete sets because Procural's awesome. You know what? I'll put it this way: if everybody in chat bought complete sets of paint, I would do some signatures.
How many individual bottles would we need to sell
A
before you
ridiculous amount.
in one sitting? In the course of 2 hours.
It
a
would be
stream.
like it would be 7,300,
It's a lot.
give or take.
It's a lot of bottles.
I think this guy got shot in the arm by a Lumineth
Oh yeah.
thing,
That's cool.
and maybe that's one too. I don't know. Somebody's been shooting at him.
Mine says 73, so there might be a little bit of a deviation. Well, I mean, there's actually over 100 paints in the line. Like 102.
Enigma's like, funny, I just bought a complete set today. Off to customer service to ask for Baby J's signature.
It's funny.
It would really be funny that the day that Jen's not in here, everybody in chat went and
Bought
like
a
wrote
complete
customer
set.
service saying, hey, I just bought some paints, and I heard that the
Yeah.
illustrious Baby J
Each and every one of those
world-renowned bus thrower
requests
underwear.
going right over to Jordan. Monument Hobbies, Ghost Hunter asks, Monument Hobbies doesn't sell the whole range at once. You can just select the different sets. We do sell, like at shows, we'll do an all-in. Get one of everything.
Yeah, we've never done it live on the site because we keep adding paints.
Mm-hmm.
But once we get to the end of the road for adding new sets, right? And we're in more of a general maintenance mode for the paint line, which sounds
Yep.
funny since we've been making this Procurel thing for 5 years now.
Yeah.
That we will, have like an all-in bundle that you can get. But yeah, right now there are 11 sets you can buy, including the new fluorescent. And you can just go on the sets page and purchase all the sets except for the starter set,
Mm-hmm.
which is a little misleading. The starter set is the intro set where we've picked 12 colors of different types, has washes and metallics in it, and it comes with 3 brushes. That one is the only set that has duplicate colors. All the rest of the sets are kind of the original, from the base set through all the expansions, are the original launched colors. So that's how you get the full line.
Megalodon said, I'm just going to wait for Gen Con and have Baby J sign my chest using the new fluorescence.
I will film that.
What an exciting trip to Gen Con I'm gonna have.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna film that. That's gonna be our short for the Tuesday following Gen Con.
Yeah. What's gonna happen is that we're gonna have 10
Baby J
more-
signing day.
Yeah, Baby J signing chests with fluorescents.
Baby J will sign anything, and we mean that.
Whoa, hold on now.
Show up
We need to have a
Saturday.
conversation about this.
Saturday, 2 p.m. Baby J signs anything. I just want to see the things that show up.
Things that I don't want to sign.
I've been looking at
Guarantee you.
I've been looking at bells for us to ring while we're at our booth.
Yeah.
A little ding ding ding. Some cool ones. Like cool ship bells. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, we need to have a ding 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 for the all in.
Yep. Or when Baby J signs somebody's signs something.
Signs a
Yeah.
chest.
Sign somebody's what again? Sorry, Gabe. You want to repeat that?
Just whatever. Yes. Yeah.
Whatever.
yes.
Whatever. Yes.
I'm waiting for the one where somebody just walks up and drops trow.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's been going through my head when you guys have been talking about this.
Baby J, sign my hiney. I love the word hiney. I see your hiney. All nice and shiny. If you don't hide it, I'm gonna bite it.
Whoa. What?
You never heard that when you were a kid?
No.
Game Delay says, I'm a little grumpy at the new videos you released today. Seeing the second wave of signature paints is threatening to throw off my planned order for purchases. Well, those were already out.
They're not since August, man.
They've been out. They should have already been a part of your plan. Unless they were a part of your plan, but now they've been moved to closer. Sherbet Transparents were next in line. I see. So they weren't next, but now they're threatening to be next. I gotcha. Deadbeat artist, pay Jason $50 and Baby J will sign whatever you want.
That would work.
Are these back alley deals? What are we talking about?
Watson,
Pretty much.
Watson, I'm gonna buy a bad dragon and have Baby J sign it.
Oh, nope.
No.
He'll do it.
I ain't touching that thing.
He'll do it.
We'll be in the booth and Jason's like, Baby J, sign it or you're fired.
Oh my gosh.
You can walk home.
You can walk home.
Hey, you know what? I got family in India, all right? We're,
I was gonna
we're,
say
we're
that
good.
doesn't hold as much weight for him when in
true.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's like the one place that I could go to where it would be totally fine for me to have to walk home.
Game Delay says, back alley deals. Sounds like how you get Baby J to sign your wizard's butt.
Well, order yourself some wizard's butt and I'll sign it.
Megalodon says, I'm gonna find the largest bottle of tartar sauce and make Baby J sign it.
Oh, now that would be funny.
I
He would do that.
what
I would
this
do
is-
that.
I think what this is turning into is people are just gonna bring you random things.
That's
at
the
a
thing.
show.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's why
You're
I'm
gonna
supportive of this.
sign it. That's awesome.
So at Adepticon, it'll be Friday.
Do I get my own seat with like a little sign that says Baby J signatures?
Nah, we're not that formal.
Hmm. It's like this has the same energy as when 7-Eleven does their for a day you can fill any container for $1 with their soda.
People bring like 50-gallon drums.
People bring the craziest things.
Can you really fill whatever you want?
Whatever
Yeah.
you can get in there.
Whatever you can fill in the cup. I think they've put a limit on how big it can be now, but it's just silly. Like at first it wasn't, so people went overboard and brought the like 5-gallon jugs and filled it with Dr. Pepper. So gross. Enigma says, "Do you know what I miss most? The Wet Willy competitions between Jen and Jason."
Ha! Those were always fun. It wasn't a competition. It was pay Jen to Wet Willie Jason.
That sounds right.
Nobody ever paid me to Wet Willie Jen.
That's awesome.
I feel like people would not have been able to pay enough for it.
Gabe, it literally got so bad that I had to arrange this studio and the way our desks were to make sure that she could not reach me without me seeing her coming.
That's
Did it really get that bad?
Oh yeah, it was $20. If you donated $20, Jen would wet willy me, and she was good. The donation would come through, and she'd be like, and we'd get back, and she'd wait till I was comfortable painting again, and then it would be like, I hear the ocean.
Yeah, that's awesome. Megalodon, man, I wish I was around those days. I'd pay $20 to see that. I know.
We had an absolute blast. I mean, we still have fun, but it is different now, obviously, being a business that streams as opposed to just some crazy people that stream. I mean, we're still the crazy people that stream.
Yep.
But we used to do Friday night. Jen and I would each have our own concoction. Usually it was some sort of Moscow Mule that we would make.
That's fun.
And we would drink during stream. The night would get pretty raucous. Totally different world back then, man. That was 2016.
Dang.
2017.
I was in high school. Megalodon, so now you're all responsible and stuff.
Times change, people change.
Avian said, how about $20 for Baby J to wet willy slow fuse?
So for Baby J to come anywhere near me with spit on his finger, that's at least $1 million.
$1 million. You heard it here, folks.
That's fair.
$1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Yes.
Let's do it with the pinky.
$1 million. Now you're all responsible and stuff. What is responsibility?
Paint liquor. What's responsible?
And why do I need it? Someone set up a GoFundMe. They really want
we
me
need
to
$1
wet
million
willy.
to have Baby J stick his wet finger in Jason's ear. I don't think that one's going to fund.
Do you
There might be some weird fetishes out there. I don't think that's the one that's going to catch $1 million.
Do you accept Monopoly money?
No.
What about for Jason to wet willy Jabe? No.
Gabe's like, I don't want this to happen.
No.
I'm just going to say no. This is not allowed to happen.
I would never, ever, in a million years, do a thing to someone that I would not want done to myself. Never, ever,
That's fair.
ever.
Oh my gosh. Route the Great said, how about instead of a wet willy, it's a paint willy?
Nope.
So it's not spit.
Not enough money in the world.
Just a brush full of paint.
Nope.
What about noosh?
Noosh willy?
A noosh willy.
Oh gosh. Megalodon. I'm waiting for the day you do a hot wing paint challenge where you guys eat Carolina Reapers and try to paint models.
Now that's funny.
Somebody's brought that up before, that we should, like, do painful food and try to paint
That's funny.
while we're crying,
I would be dead.
salivating on ourselves.
I would not be able to handle that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm
pouring
kind of a
milk.
wuss when it comes to spice. Generally speaking.
We need Rogel Dave and his milk addiction here for that.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a Carolina Reaper with 2 gallons of milk on the side.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, Megalodon, Jaws. How about this? I'll do it if you do it. And Jason. Jason also has to do it.
I don't like the way those taste.
I don't like it either, which is why I think I was pretty safe saying if you do it and he does it.
We could do, like, habaneros.
I'd be down to do habaneros.
If we can do, like, the great salsa challenge,
Ooh.
we get some really good salsa and chips going.
Or spicy queso. Spicy queso would be cool.
And then we have to figure out how to paint models under the influence
Of spicy.
Of spice.
super hot salsa and chips.
That'd be funny. What also would be fun
down.
is if we did a trivia stream, but every time you got a question wrong, you lost a paint out of your tray. You each had to paint something,
Oh my gosh.
start to finish.
I don't understand what you're saying.
So like, let's say you both are. We had you guys do that paint challenge like you did, right? With the before I started with that 40K model,
Horace?
right? And during stream, we would ask a trivia question, and if you got it wrong, I would come over there and take one of your paints that you can't use anymore for that model,
Oh.
and it'd be competition.
Even if we'd already started using it?
Yep,
That's a little brutal.
it's like a limited palette that keeps getting
Coming from
limited,
Gabe.
more limited.
Well, that's only assuming we get questions wrong.
It's true.
I'm definitely gonna get
What are we
questions
being asked?
I don't know. We'd figure that out. It could be anything from
Like chat?
no, because chat's gonna come up with crazy stuff, but maybe, who knows?
How many square miles are in the United States of America?
This next question comes from Professional Paint Licker. He asks,
It could start easy, like what paint number is khaki?
oh god.
Rattle off the paint number.
Hold on. Hold on. It is
Not where it should be.
Or it could be
61 or 62.
I don't know, what is it?
Yep.
61.
61.
It could be paint related.
See?
To the color.
I got that one right. That's
could-
pretty good.
It could be like trivia about the color yellow. And if you get the trivia question wrong on yellow, you lose that color. Be fun. Silly.
Gabe just wants to be the what's the not announcer but what's the
Yeah.
name of it?
Vanna White?
What?
No, the person who runs the show and does all the what's your question?
The host.
The host, thank you.
Yeah.
He just wants to host it and watch us
Meltdown happen?
melt down.
Yep.
Hey, don't kill the messenger, but I'm taking black.
Yeah. That'd be fun. I used to run games for my youth group. I was game master Gabe. I'd come up with a new game every week. It was very fun.
Game Master Gabe.
Mm-hmm. It
That doesn't surprise me in the least.
was a good
Yeah,
time.
This isn't new news.
I like games. What can I say?
I love that you like games. Chat, if you ever are trying to have an event, right, where people come over and have fun playing games or something like that, and you're not really sure how to put it together, feel free to message Gabe on Discord.
It's true. I'm open. I'll give you my ideas. Found and followed my channel the other day, Jabe. Thank you, Route. We have fun. We like to be silly.
You're a silly group of guys.
It's true. We did cover Stompa and Noosh.
Yes, you did.
That
I've
was
seen it.
very
It looks great, actually.
It does, and it was very fun to film.
That video's not out, is it?
No, he's almost done editing it. Oh, you'll know when it's out. You'll know.
We will have been told
I'll be.
5 ways from Sunday. It's like, hey, did you get a chance to watch the video yet?
Hey, did you see that video yet?
It has a lot of bone on him.
What color are you using right now, Jason?
Dark Ivory.
Ooh. That is such a good color. I really like Dark Ivory.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of when the release of that color. I was very excited about it.
See you, Route. Have a
Bye,
good one.
Route.
Have a good night. That's coming out cool, Jordan.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that color.
And dark ivory gives me a way to get the bone to be that just enough bleached, but not super, because I've gone in with more of a deeper tone on all of the rest of the bones. I don't want to turn it white. Dark ivory lets me stay in that zone that I want to be in, you know, because it's this. It's not quite yellow enough to be called a bright khaki, but it's in that range, right?
Yep.
So if I go just to ivory, ivory will look white on here and overtake everything that I'm trying to keep muted.
Wad says that lets you keep that that lets you stay in the bone zone.
I don't know if I'm ready to follow along this trail of thought. I think that could lead us down a bad path.
I agree. I think it's wise that we ignore all comments from that person and continue along with our day.
How's it going, Zambies?
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 What are you doing?
Kind of a good painter.
I mean, yeah.
If you're into that kind of stuff.
If you're into that kind of stuff.
Wad says, "Wow."
Hey Wad, I still love you. I don't know what ticked Jordan off, but what you did.
I didn't use the term wadtomaton, okay?
Zambies, these are the Gorger Mawpack guys that are gonna kick your butt, by the way. I hope it doesn't like ruin too much of your day. Come see your impending doom. Doom de doom doom doom.
Doom. Doom. Doom. Doom. Doom. Doom. Doom. They are not, but I need to step up my paint game. Definitely going to look prettier than mine from Zambies.
Zambies, I turned your chat into a bunch of degens. No, they're all licking paint and painting butts.
I don't know that you turned them. I think you just you helped them feel better about showing their true selves. We already knew. Some it was just speculation. Others we definitely knew. They can try to hide it all they want, but
You think a butt deserves a brown wash or black wash?
yes. Wait, what?
Depends on the butt.
Depends on the butt. Nice answer from our fearless producer Gabe today.
Also depends on what they ate.
And this one time in Monument Paint Chat. Only one time?
Yeah, I'm surprised this only happened once.
It would be nice, right? I had lunch with a local business owner today who was a great guy, and he was in here in the studio. He came to the office and saw our operation.
Oh, that's cool. He's never been here before?
No.
Nice.
And he came and saw our operation. He was asking questions when I had him in the studio about, how long we've been doing this. And he goes, "Holy cow, so you have all that content?" And I said, "Well, about that."
Yeah.
I was like, "No, it's only recently that we've gotten good at like capturing what we do on stream and putting it to YouTube religiously, right? Like every day Gabe goes through and does the export. It's awesome. So now all this content won't just die on the vine like it used to in the past." But it got me thinking about all the craziness that we've done over the year on the stream, or on the years that we've done on stream, and how it would be kind of glorious to go
have
back
all
and
of
see
it.
some of that stuff, knowing what people know about Monument now.
Yeah.
You know, back in the Slow Fuse gaming days and the way the stream was, and it ran completely different. You know, this is year 8 for us for this, so that would have been a lot of content, number one.
There might be kind of a spackling of old content that was saved. Like specifically like, hey, we want to save this specific stream. It's kind of like here and there over the course of years, so I can go back and see if there's any
Not
fun
really,
ones.
though. I'm talking more for like a trip down memory lane kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you could just get weird outtakes that you'd completely
Right.
forgotten happened.
It would be cool.
Because we always have viewers that are like, remember that one time? And I'm like, no. Probably for the better.
That was 6 years ago.
Probably for the better that I don't. But every now and then you're like, gosh, yeah, I do kind of remember that that was a nutty day.
Chad, am I gonna do freehand on these little
Yes.
bits? Do some like cool cherry blossoms on them or something?
Jabe says yes.
If I do that, then I need to paint this. Instead of doing yellow, I want to do it pink.
I think you should freehand the whole kimono.
That's no.
You could though.
I could and no.
You could.
I
Freehand the
could.
what?
The whole kimono with detail.
With the Mona Lisa?
No, just like with little bits.
I heard
and
him
bobs.
say under his breath over here, chat, he wanted to do the Mona Lisa on there.
True.
No.
Gabe heard it.
I did.
Gabe's wrong.
He also said he was going to use transparents only at the beginning of stream.
What do you mean?
Transparents and a little bit of fluorescence.
This is back when I was gonna do it red, and then I pivoted.
You see how his story changes a lot?
Avian said, you do realize that when you ask, the answer would be yes.
The harder we say, would you like to see me do something soul sucking? The more chat gets like emphatic about the yes.
He's like, can I say yes any harder than I'm currently saying yes? Hi, Jen.
No.
We're
But
being
Jen-
polite and quiet today.
They're painting away.
I've been talking a lot today.
It's true.
Gabe was.
Everybody say
enjoying-
hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen. Hello, Lord Commander.
Hello.
What you doing? Yeah?
We're all full yet.
All propped
I
up.
don't have anywhere to put.
Jeez.
Multiple runs to the post office.
Dang.
Yesterday, the post guy got scared of what he saw.
Did he really?
Yeah, said he didn't think he could take it all. He wound up taking it all, but
He scanned every single package
like,
and then he ended up taking a lot of extra work.
Oh, because are they like?
We get
Collated
them one
to-
page with the barcode on it.
Oh, and they can just scan the
whole
page?
thing. It
Can't he
gets
just
every
like
package.
scan one page at a time, or are they? Is it one page for?
it's one page for the
scan
whole ship. It's just
thing?
one barcode for every
Yeah,
package
so
that was
for
scanned.
all probably 100 plus orders.
Yeah. Well, not that's his problem. We packed them. We prepped them.
He was probably just not.
He's like, let me take a minute on this one, and we'll.
Oh, well, ran out of time.
Game delay. Jordan, I've never seen you working so hard. I'm so impressed with your work and working this. Tell me if Jen believes me, since Jason caught me.
When I first walk in, I go, "You better be working."
Yep.
And Game Delay was like, "He's been working. I've never seen him work so hard."
Gabe and I have been working. We've been working our butts off today.
Thank you, Gabe, for
Heck yeah.
filling in for me.
Always.
I think I got one more.
We
to
got a
do.
raid from Miniac.
That's okay. We'll make it work.
Hello, Raiders.
Miniac raid. Holy cow.
Noosh.
Hello, Maniac Raiders.
What is up? How do you pronounce noosh? It's noosh.
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 Cornflake Justice had it right. Noosh.
Noosh. Thank you for the follow,
Hello.
Roger. Thank you for the follow, Odin Stormfist.
Welcome, everybody.
What's going on, everybody? Hello, hello. Well, Tomaton says I've never seen Baby J work a day in his life.
That's
so
accurate.
Baby J's been throwing Wad under the bus today.
Oh.
So Wad is seeking revenge, and that's a very good way
Did
to do
I?
it, Wad. That
doing that.
hits him right in his pocketbook.
Yep. Children yearn for noosh.
New shit.
We got
Noosh.
Noosh.
We got Noosh.
We got Noosh, and I'm painting ogres. Gorger Mallpack.
Gorger Mawpack.
The Gorger Mallpack from Warcry.
Gorger Meow Pack.
And Baby J over there is trying to breathe new life into an old game. Malafox.
I just wanted to paint something fun, colorful.
You know, Malifaux is one of the only games that Jen has played. Malifaux and Arena
really?
Rex.
I think no,
Malifaux,
it's the
Arena Rex,
first
and
one.
Monster Apocalypse.
Monster Hunter.
Those are the 3 games she's played.
Malifaux was the very first. Ask me how many of those.
None of them.
All of them.
Oh.
She whooped my ass, and she
It-
thinks I gave up easy, and I
It
did not
was-
give up easy. We did the Arena Rex one live on stream, and I was pissed. I was pissed because I had it all lined up to pull off a big comeback. She had gotten ahead, right? And I lined it to pull off this big comeback. I had my big brute dude. I was going to murder her, and she goes, "This is exactly how it happened." Okay, Jen looks at one card, and then looks at another card, and then back,
Wait, I can do this?
and then forth, and then back, and then forth, and then just for one time more back and forth. And she goes, "I think if I'm reading this right, I win."
I can just push you into this pit.
Yeah, she goes, "I think if I'm reading this right, I can do this, and then because I did that, this thing triggers, and this guy does this and moves a lot more inches than you thought he could, and then this guy, because that guy moved, he gets a performance." She pulled off like the biggest combo I'd ever seen in Arena Rex, and kicks me into a pit of spikes, and my guy insta-dies. And I'm like, wait. And I read the card, right? This is all live on stream. I read the card, and I go, "I'll be damned." She's right. That's exactly how that works.
Well,
It was a similar situation in Monster.
Mom Pop was the same thing. She was like, "I think if I do this, if I'm reading this right, I can spin these and do this and throw you into that building and you die, right?" And I'm like,
yes.
And I
Actually, that's
probably
how it
also
works.
said, but maybe I shouldn't do that.
maybe I should do that.
was this like the third game where you've been like, you won that one and then you won this one and you're like,
That was the third.
we'll take it easy on you.
Mom Pop was the last game she ever
Third
played.
and last.
I don't invite her to game night anymore.
Because she just beat you.
I go home
Can't.
every Friday
Jen is
after work.
undefeated.
JP Got Rocket says, "And on that day, Jason knew he had truly found the one."
True.
You gave Jen a flat +1 to all the rolls in Arena Rex for her birthday? I did not. She beat me fair and square.
You know, one of the things I love about that game, everything just hits on a 4.
Odin Stormfist says, "Actually, I had to reorganize your paint to accommodate more Pro Acryl." Heck yeah.
Nice.
Zambies is like, "Go, Jen. I got your number, girl." So the only reason I'm painting these Warcry models is so that I can beat said Zambies in a face-to-face battle. So my Gorger Mallpack is going to decimate whatever she brings to the table. I don't even care. I don't know the rules. I don't know anything about the game. I just have 5 models. So I hope you can play the game with 5 models. Because that's all I got.
I would assume so. I think
That's
those
all
are
I
all
got.
one.
I need to go to the office and the package that I have for Zambies.
You have a package for
I
Zambies?
do.
You hear that, Zambies? You better be nice to me. Let me win.
Bye, everybody.
Avian
Bye,
said this is getting
Jen.
recorded, right? Of course. It'll
See
go
ya.
on YouTube tomorrow.
Have a good night. Thank you for the follow.
Game Delay says,
Cornflake
"I just
Justice."
assumed that Jen's last name is Hobbies." Jen Hobbies. It should be. That would be great. Morningtide, she's creeping in the shadows like it's Ninjin.
Ninja.
Which is funny because when I was playing Infinity, I painted up a model like Jin. So there was the Shinobi, which was, in the time, the model for the Shinobi, the special edition one, was the female ninja.
Yeah.
And it had big long hair flowing.
Oh, yeah,
And was
yeah.
pulling the katana out of the sheath and was lunging forward. And so I painted it up like Jin. So it had Jin's blonde hair going from pink to purple ends on it and everything, because she had very dramatic, like, purple ends on her hair at that time. And so I painted it up like Jen. It was Ninjin. And I swear to God, that model killed more models and made more people pissed off in Infinity than any other model I ever played.
Dude, the ninjas
That's
are
awesome.
murder machines.
Yeah, well, back then, I don't know about now, but back then they were. I used to play the Yu Ching, and in particular, I played the JSA at that point in time. So I had the JSA with Ninjin, and because of the JSA, she got to like set up invisibly in your side of the table. And you just had to take a picture. I'd take a picture, I'd put the model down, make my opponent turn around and take a picture and put it, and I'd always put her like within like charge distance of a model. Just risking it, because if he moves that model and gets within a particular amount of space, they can see your model and she could die. She's not very defensive. But in every game, nobody ever discovered where she was. And on my turn, I'd move everything and I'd go, and now for the grand finale.
Yeah.
And she'd go in there. She'd attack like 6 times with a monofilament blade and insta-jib anything on the table. It was horrendous. Because you'd like kill their commander. You'd take so many of their activations off the board with one model. It was not even funny.
That's crazy.
That game is... That's such a crazy game.
Thank you for the follow, Discovo.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore.
Odin Stormfist says, my wife played Battletech with me and my friends once. She got a Phoenix Hawk. She shoots at my mech just within the maximum range with an ER large laser and pot shots the head of my Masakari. Puts 1 point internal, gets the crit, and takes out the cockpit. Never got to fire a shot.
Speaking of BattleTech, MCXL, you still out there? Have you guys discovered a time slot that works to get me up there? Scott was talking about like the early January timeframe. I'm supposed to go up and beat Scott about the head and ears with BattleTech.
Nice. I'm into it.
So I've never played a game with Scott, so I don't know if I'm supposed to like go in with the idea of letting him win, because like let the Wookiee win kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we gotta figure that out.
That's how games usually go with my wife too, where at first I'm letting her win because I want her to like games
and then
like
you're
this.
struggling to win at the end.
But then it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, well maybe I'll start trying, and then she starts.
Miniac says Scott isn't supposed to win.
Scott is not supposed to win.
Oh, Evan is not on the MCXL anymore. You were at the beginning. Scott's not supposed to win. I want to bring some fun scenarios that I've written that make BattleTech very easy to learn, but are also challenging enough to not be a pushover.
They're cool.
But actually let stuff happen.
They're
like I want to
super
bring
fun.
Bring It Down.
Yeah.
I want to have him do Bring It Down as a solo, or
Yep.
like maybe he and Evan against me.
I don't think I would play BattleTech any other way than with the scenarios that you've written, because
It makes it fun, right? Because
so
otherwise,
much
when you
fun.
play BattleTech in just a hey, go head to head, do this thing,
Yeah.
it gets grindy.
I don't care for it. Yeah.
BattleTech is one of those games that is super grindy unless you have some narrative reason to play it and something that happens along the way that makes you feel like you're doing strides every activation. Because otherwise, activations come and go like leaves in the wind. It's just like, okay, I'm going to do this thing again and nothing's going to happen, or I'm going to take off 4 chunks of your armor again, and the attrition. Because it's a game of attrition when you're just straight up fighting, because each unit on the battlefield is like a whole unit in 40k or something like that, right? It's very hard. You can't just pick a model up, I don't think. I mean, if you got into if you did something really poor tactically with a light mech and ran into like 2 assaults, they might take you off the board in 2 activations that turn.
Yep.
But you're not going to do that. Well, I mean, you might, but you do it on purpose, You keep seeing all these amazing BattleTech resin cityscape terrain in that scale. We have a ton of it here, yeah. Stirs the inner OG Sim City addict. Oh, they're so amazing. We have a ton of that stuff here. We've got boxes and boxes of 3D printed terrain for BattleTech.
Yep.
And it is really cool, right? Because it's all in scale. It's very, cool, intricate sci-fi buildings and things like that. So
I still really want to get that stuff painted.
yeah. Even just a quick dry brush.
Oh yeah,
Overbrushing of them
would
work,
not take
right?
much.
We've got a lot of terrain to paint, actually.
You have not played the new iteration of BattleTech, Odin Storm? It's exactly the same as the old one. So the class, what is called or referred to as classic BattleTech, has not really changed much. The kind of I dread to call it rules bloat, because it's not really in the way that we think of like 40k rules bloat or any other game in our industry. The rules bloat is something that forces you to play a different way and it feels monotonous, or not monotonous, it feels overwhelming.
Yeah.
BattleTech has that ability because it has so much depth of rules. How crunchy do you want it to be? How sim-like do you want it to be? Like, do you want to come to the table dressed up in your mech warrior outfit and RPG the hell out of this? Because it has rules that allow you to get deeper than D&D kind of stuff, right?
That's cool.
Like, you can legit go into, like, the role of the mech warrior, and you can play at that level. And it has all the granularity to be able to do that, from like fleet manipulation and strategic stuff that doesn't even happen with miniatures or on the table, all the way down to how you pilot your mech, and that can get really granular too. Or it's got all the way to like Alpha Strike. I'm not a big fan of Alpha Strike because it's kind of like it's too, hey, mechs just have hit points, you know, and so you can you get 3 shots, they do this kind of damage. It's more 40k. It's more skirmishy feeling, but you can play a lot of mechs with it, which is also cool because you can field a lot. It's a lot easier, and in a shorter amount of time, field a lot more mechs and play the same game.
Yeah.
Classic BattleTech is where it's at for me because it does give enough granularity to do fun stuff like melee and knock stuff over and go up against overwhelming odds and win the game, whereas Alpha Strike doesn't give you that ability. Alpha Strike isn't going to have as many cinematic moments because it doesn't have the rules depth to allow you to do that. It's in your head, cinematic, whereas on Classic BattleTech can literally be like both mechs on their last leg, who's going to blow up first. And then like the game that we played where I was teaching you guys, we died at the end. Both mechs died at the end doing Bring It Down.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You know, and it was great. So that's the kind of stuff where it's like pulses are racing. Even the 3 people that are already dead, the one person that was still alive is like, wait, was it you?
I don't think I was here for Bring It Down. You did like a larger thing with tanks with me and Christopher.
It might have been Joel and Joel's wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was Joel and Joel's wife.
No, because I was there for Bring It Down.
Yeah.
But it might have been me, those 2, and I think it might have been... There's somebody else.
It wasn't Ruben. No, there's 4 of you against me.
Yeah, there was 4 of us.
No,
it was Chris. Chris is the 4th.
Oh, Chris was. Yeah, because he brought that silly
he brought
clan
the
light mech.
Yeah,
with,
which ended up being really good.
4 ER medium lasers. Bastard.
So funny.
Christmas Sushi likes really, really, really small things in large quantities and really, 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 really large ones in small.
Lore-wise, you haven't followed since the 90s? Yeah. Neither have I, believe it or not. Like, as a matter of fact, I haven't really paid attention to BattleTech lore since the 80s. You know, only in passing and in whatever's in the rule books and stuff like that. But I've gone back and played it during those times, all the way from the 80s when I first picked it up to now, occasionally. Because you always feel confident with a quick refresher, the game's the same. Classic BattleTech has always felt the same. They've layered new stuff onto it. But you can choose to not play that stuff. There's no, hey, you know, you can just decide with your opponent, hey, we're just going to play, you know, vanilla classic. It's just going to be what's on the stat sheet, nothing else. You can decide to play without heat, you know, so that you can just Alpha Strike all day long and get stuff dead quicker, but still play with armor pips and things like that. So you can do anything you want, and the game doesn't break, which is what I think is really cool. You can take out melee. You can take out knocking down and falling over if you don't want to go into those rules and the depth that you have to roll all this stuff and too many rolls and what takes damage and where and direction of facing and stuff like that. You can make it anything you want, and the rules don't break. The game doesn't get unbalanced because you take certain things out, because there aren't like particular units that all they do is rely on that rule to win. That doesn't exist. Oh yeah. You can play any of the eras of battle mechs with whatever rules you want, for sure.
I'm excited to see the...
Morning Tide asks, are any pics on the Discord of your BattleTech tables? They wouldn't be particularly to show that off. There's probably some stuff on the Discord that show pictures of the games happening where the terrain would be in it, but not specifically like that.
None of it's painted. It's not to the point where it's all like fancy schmancy or anything.
Yeah.
The record keeping of classic BattleTech. I mean, just, you know, if you're crossing off armor pips, it's called record keeping, then yeah. Heat and armor and structure is all you got to do. And I like that, because that's hit points.
It's fun.
You just have 300 hit points, and they're in locations that, you know, mean something.
It's cool. I like it a lot, actually.
You'll never take out Death from Above. It never works. I mean, the one time... Okay, Death from Above is one of those rules that you wish they didn't make because it's so intriguing for people. I'm going to Death from Above! And you're like, it's gonna go poorly for you. Yeah. 99.99999% of the time, the mech that Death from Above is worse off than the mech that Death from Above.
Yes.
Whether it hits or not.
Yes.
The one time it does hit, because your head hit chance is so good, and you crush a cockpit and kill a pilot of a fresh mech, it feels amazing. But it's never happened for me. I've probably Death from Above, I don't know.
A ton of times.
Pick a number, I don't care. You're probably closer to true than not. But, and I've never had it work, ever. But it's cinematic. Yeah, it is. Exactly. I always bust my legs. Always bust. Kicking them in the face, getting up on terrain and kicking them in the back of the head is always the better choice. Kicking is the best thing. jumping on them. Turns out, not the best thing. Odin Storm, take it easy.
Turns out, when you have a mech that weighs a gajillion tons,
Jade, what's going on?
you don't want to jump off of a cliff onto another thing. It's not
Once
great.
that's the last time I played with my buddy, we finally tried physical attacks for the first time. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Kicking is OP in the game. Because kicking automatically takes big, heavy pilot checks at like +4 or something like that, where you're probably going to fall. It also does a lot of damage from big mechs. So, nobody, I don't think, is using Noosh right now, Darth.
Nope. No noosh at the moment.
Yesterday on stream, I prepped this model. Gabe and I will be shooting a video to go up on the YouTubes showing multiple techniques for using Noosh on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be doing a dark blackish brown overall filter, and then I'll be going back and doing spot filters on him for some more rusty brown kind of effects and oil effects and things like that. So I'll mix up some stuff. We'll kind of do it freestyle and then edit it all together. But at the end of the day, you'll see what start to finish looks like. Game Delay says, I'm pretty sure if you land on an enemy, your legs don't take any damage. I've played video games.
Wrong.
Kicking them and then banana peel falling makes me laugh every time. Also a thing.
I fall way too much in BattleTech.
You do fall a lot.
You do fall
And then,
a lot.
and then I try to get up and,
And
I
then
fall
you not
again.
get up. You fall again.
And then
when
I
you
try to
get
get up and I fall again. Then I knock myself out.
Falling becomes a difficult one in how you decide to leave it in the game, because it can require a lot of like propping yourself up in an arm and shooting, and it takes a lot of like that record keeping people were talking about. What actuators do I have that allow me to do stuff when I'm prone on the ground? That kind of stuff I don't feel like is necessary in the game. That's very RP-ish.
Yeah.
So I usually just take falling down and you know, making stand up rolls. Kind of, you know, we did that one time where it's just you just spend a turn getting up. You don't have to roll for it.
Yeah.
That makes life a lot easier and keeps a valid part of the game in there, which is melee and balancing and gyro damage and all that stuff is fun. But you don't have to worry about it so much. Because it is a bummer when you fall and then you don't stand up for like 4 turns.
Yep.
Yeah. Which has happened to Gabe
It does happen to me frequently.
on more than one
What
occasion.
happens to him more often than not is that he stands up in 2 and then falls over again.
Yep.
Because he just gets hit with another salvo. Because it turns out, while you're trying to get up off the ground, your enemy isn't, like, dawdling around. They're standing over you, blasting you.
Chuck the Mead Man asks, I know you guys know how to do your jobs, but I wonder if you're open to a suggestion. We end up talking sci-fi and fantasy books on stream frequently. Any chance we'd ever see a hashtag books channel on Discord?
People have asked. I'll make it at the end of this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
I
be
think it's a
down.
good idea.
I would be down for that.
I'll make it at the end of the show if somebody reminds me. Well, maybe not the end of this show, but I'll make it soon.
I can do it
I think we're filming.
if you want.
Are we filming today, or do we want to do it tomorrow?
We could talk about that after.
Okay, cool.
Just depending on timelines.
But the yeah, we can make a book channel. We've been talking about it forever. I don't. It becomes very long-winded with me, so I have a hard time understanding how the channel makes any difference, because I'm not going to type everything I talk about on stream. But I think it's a good way to introduce people. Like, what are you reading?
We just call
A
it
Goodreads
hashtag
book
Monument
club
Book
is
Club.
is a good idea too.
'Cause right now, I'm really wanting to talk about the end and the death. I'm having to bite my tongue constantly.
Well, that's what's nice about Discord is you can have add a spoiler tag. People can talk about it at spoiler tags. A time is broken channel.
Who said that?
Deadbeat artist.
Oh my god. Like, that's the worst MacGuffin ever. Chaos broke time.
But why?
Like saying that chaos is just, you know, it's unfathomable to the human mind. It doesn't let you off as a writer to just be lazy and say the clock stopped working. It's very Disney. You know, it's like I'm watching Mickey Mouse in Fantasia, you know, and brooms start walking around mixing potions and stuff. It was very disheartening. But the book has a lot of good to it. I talked yesterday about how I've described it as being the best, No, the worst best book I've ever read. I have to make sure I say it in that order. The worst best book I've ever read, and I say that as a pair.
How does that differ from the best worst book you've ever read?
Well, because the worst, by it being one of the worst books you've ever read, puts it into an immediate placement. Whereas the worst best book you've read means that it's one of the best books you've read. It's just very bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's at the bottom of your best books list.
It's at the bottom of the best books because it still has. I mean, it's the Horus Heresy end. It's redeeming just by virtue of that. I don't know. I mean, yeah, they could mess it up to the point where I would like hate them with a passion of a million burning suns. We're not there yet. You know, the Dembski-Bowden book was bad. The 7th book or whatever it was, 6th book in the series was bad. It was just bad. And I know I'm in the not popular opinion side of that because when you look online, everybody's like, best book ever. So I just, you know, I'm in that thing with 40K books or 30K books where I know I'm either not the targeted audience or I'm reading it very differently than other people are. Because I would get beaten up if I said these things in public. It's one of the best mediocre books you've read? Okay, I'd go for that too. I like how Deadbeat is still salty. Still salty. Yeah, I just finished it. So.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's.
Yeah, no wonder you want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's disheartening. It's disheartening that we spent 18 hours of audiobook to get where we're at when you could have spent 5 to get where we're at and then told the rest of the story. That's my whole thing. You know, if you're going to have an 18-hour book, this one needed to be 5 or 6, or maybe even 9. Maybe it would be half, and then the other half would be the end. Because for me to think that they're going to release another book that's going to be 18 to 20 hours to tell the end of the story when we're where we're at right now, I know that's just another drag it out for money book too. I got sick of hearing Malkador the Sigillite talk for hours and say literally the same thing 50 times in a row.
Ugh.
He's so powerful. No one can know how powerful he is. He has become the thing he always hated, but he's so powerful. Literally for like 15 minutes.
Oh.
I'm like, you'd hit the go forward 15 seconds, and he'd still be on it.
He's still going on it. Yeah.
Still on it. I'd go through like 5 minutes of Malkador just saying the same damn thing.
I have unironically
right? Deadbeat knows what I'm talking about. Literally, they would cut to Malkador, which gave him such potential, because this is the man that's sitting on the golden throne, keeping the power of the Emperor alive right now. And yet, every time it cuts to him, he says one thing that's really good. It is great content when he says it. It's meaningful and all that. And then they spend what I can only imagine in the physical book is another couple pages of him saying the same thing with different words.
Ugh.
Saying the same thing with different words.
That's too many pages.
I'm in pain, but let me tell you how powerful my king is. You know, it's like, okay, we get it. Next.
Yeah. Can
Oh,
we move
it
on?
still burns.
Like, okay, we can move on now.
Oh my god, it's yeah, and that only happens like maybe half a dozen times in the book. But good God, man, you know it because he leads it. They throw you a big like Hail Mary pass every time where they show you they fake it right. And they show, okay, here comes the Malkador part.
Yep.
You know? And you're like, fast forward.
Thank you for the sub, Rancid Vomit.
Rancid,
40
what's
months.
going on?
Rancid, thank you for the follow.
Heck yeah.
Sounds like a former coworker of yours.
Goodness.
You worked with Malkador the Sigillite? I need stories. No, but that's what I mean by like the worst best book I've ever read. But maybe worst best mediocre book, I don't know, whatever we decide to go with on that one. The gist is that the story has some moments that
I'll just throw back my legs and
are really
salute my
great.
breeches with delight.
Like just put you where you're like, oh my gosh, that's so great to know. But it looked like we were going down one road, right? The other day I mentioned to you, I was like, I feel like they're going to do something really crazy. And then they just didn't.
Jade said a meeting that could have been an hour took all day, every Friday. To the
Oh,
point
I see what you're
we
saying.
started getting lunch brought in.
I see what you're saying.
Oof.
Yeah. I'm just like, this book can't get out of its own way and just tell a story. And I get it. We've talked about it. I get it. It's commercial. It's Games Workshop milking the end of the story because this is the last dollars they'll make on Black Library for Horus Heresy, probably. You know? But it's a shame. It's a shame because it's like just expending listener energy that doesn't need to be expended on kind of lazy storytelling. I hope that Dan Abnett is mad about how the editors have done this too, but I don't know. I have a feeling we'd talk to him and be like, my greatest work ever.
Probably.
But it's not. He's one of my favorite writers in all of Games Workshop land. So for me to be saying these things about this book is a big step for me. I'm a fanboy. I'm more prone when Dan Abnett is concerned to go into the Stockholm syndrome, you know, and be like, "Don't you talk bad about Dan." So it takes a lot for me to sit here and say, "Yeah, you done messed up." I get it. At this point, I'd be like, you know what? I'll pay you for 3 books to have it only read in 2. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I would pay for 2 novels, the same that you're hoping to get for 3, so that I don't have to go through this torture. Just finish the damn story already.
We're doing the sakura blossoms on these little things on the back here. Putting the little petals on right now.
So this book is the fiction equivalent of the 40K Army books. Same stuff said slightly different over lots of pages. Oh yeah. From the fiction part of the 40K books, you mean? Or from the because I'm gonna laugh if what you mean is from the unit description portion. Horus Heresy Orcs. Horus Heresy Necrons. Oh, is that what's coming next? They're not gonna let it die? Horus Heresy. Heresy's Revenge.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 10,000 years between the Heresy and 40K to talk about.
Yep.
So, there you go. They did the Beast series already, so that was a big chunk of that. Waves of unit description books. Gotcha. Scientologist says, question for Baby J. Notice that the area that is now pink was yellow.
Yeah.
Was that because you didn't like the yellow? Yes.
No. I decided that I wanted to do some like freehand cherry blossoms on the back, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I think it will work a lot better if I do pink instead of pink instead of yellow. So I decided to switch it to pink.
Good choice. That works really well.
I agree.
The pink looks really well with the kind of turquoisey blue and stuff too.
Yeah. Yep.
Even if they end the storyline, they can still go back and write in-depth stories about single characters, so they can still make money. Oh yeah, I mean, I say kind of tongue-in-cheek that they're afraid their money, their cash cow of Black Library is gone, right? Because the Horus Heresy, I would have to assume, makes more money than the 40K books, because they spend more for better writers on it. I could be wrong about that, but the books are better. Just from a general writing standpoint, most of the 40K books are kind of amateurish. I've tried to read the Dawn of Fire stuff. It's in particular positions kind of unreadable. Like the Belisarius Call one was damn near unreadable, and I was really psyched about that. I hoped it was going to give us some cool insight, and it did. That's the hardest thing with all the 40K, 30K books, is that you get story that moves the storyline forward in neat ways. Because so you can tell that as a company, they have a really neat narrative developed in the background that they're not sharing all at once, right? They got this story building that's really good, but then they put it in the hands of a writer that's just like,
yeah.
You know? Like, here, let me tell you about how big Space Marines are.
I can't imagine how difficult it is to manage all of the writers and all of their, like, all the books that are being written together and like connect to each other. And
yeah, and like what can you do and what can you not do, and how do the editors keep track of all of that? You know, they've had it in some cases where one book has said one thing about a character and another book contradicted it, and they've had to go back and retcon that stuff.
Oh, yep.
They had to retcon some of the Dark Imperium stuff because they decided to do the Indominus Crusade with a different storyline and timing, so they had to go back and retcon the book that I had, that I was reading.
And they're like, this doesn't...
And they changed some timing in it. It wasn't a lot of big changes, but it changed some timing on how things were supposed to be squared away so the story made more sense. And that, that made sense. But I think that really shows a glaring issue with writing lore for commerce and inside of an envelope of commercial need for a company, as opposed to an author like Stephen King just writing a book. Yeah. Or any of these people just writing a book. If you have the love and the idea to tell a story and you're hoping you sell some books, there's a better chance that book is going to be tremendous than I think it being done for, the 40K universe as a game. and as something that pushes the narrative of the game, which is a very important part of the lore on the storyline anyway, but done in a sense where, if it doesn't make this much money, we're not writing any more about this kind of a deal.
See you, Game Delay. Have a good night.
Bye, Game Delay.
Take it easy, man.
I used to be super into reading books, and then
You did?
I just
What
stopped.
happened?
I don't know. I just stopped reading books.
It's that time where they dropped him on his head and he forgot how to read.
It's true.
And by
Gabe.
they, I mean he tripped and fell.
We got a book club, Gabe.
I have a hard time sitting down and sitting still for the time to read it.
Audiobooks
That's why audiobooks, man.
are a fantastic way
Yeah.
to do it. Because I literally cannot sit down and read books anymore. I feel so weird sitting down.
And maybe audiobooks are different because I've tried audiobooks in the past, but it felt super like the way that they were read just
Yeah.
felt like somebody, like my teacher was reading it in a class, and just didn't have any energy to it. It just was
the narrator
so-
makes a difference.
It does. It
Yeah.
makes a huge
100%.
difference.
And so I will tell you, there are some of my favorite books that the way they are done in audiobook makes it to where I can't do it, and I'll always have to go back and read them on a Kindle or something.
Yeah,
But like GW, that's one thing they do. The talent that reads for GW is fantastic.
it was good. Okay,
Like it's it's very, very good. There are some voices that get a little wonky.
Mhm.
Like right now they're all notably British.
Yeah.
Right. They're the readers Scottish, British. Right. So when they do American style voices, sometimes a little rough,
Mhm.
or when they do other nationality voices, sometimes is a little rough. But by and large, they're spot on all the time.
Okay.
Their male to female transitions work really well
okay,
in most of the books. I don't think I've ever had a position where I'm like, oh God, just stop trying to act like you're a girl.
yeah.
No, that they flow neatly. They don't
Huh?
like. I would have to dig deep to tell you one that's hard to listen to because of the narration.
Okay.
I have some good things that you can try out that are shorter and have very good narration.
Yeah. The only time I've ever been able to listen to podcasts or anything like that, like audiobook style kind of things, is when I'm driving.
That's usually when I listen.
But Source, I might try doing that with painting.
It's great for painting.
It's fantastic for painting.
I will tell you
Oh
this:
my
if you
goodness,
find a
yeah.
book that works and
Yeah.
that the narration doesn't drive you bonkers and the story grabs you, right, then it will up your painting game
Yeah.
because it allows you to kind of focus in and zone out.
Yeah.
And just kind of freewheel it a little bit more. So yeah, for painting, I'm always encouraging people to listen to podcasts and books. Something that gets your mental juices going while you're doing it, so you don't lose, because you can lose focus by being too tunnel visioned.
Yeah.
Right, and then that can fatigue you in its own way. Your
Yep.
brain gets tired of painting before you ever really should be, and then you just move on to something else. You go sit at your computer and play video games.
The other thing too is I think that Audible will give you like a free book if it's your first.
Audible is Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a shot. Do
Yeah,
some,
whenever you sign up for Audible, you get like a free credit if you use one of the codes.
Which
I've
are
been
always
on
active.
it for so long. I've always got like 6 credits in the
Oh,
background that I go on some. Right now they got a huge sale, of course, going through the end of the year.
Yeah.
So books are like
dirt cheap.
dirt cheap.
Yeah.
I do really want to listen to Andy Serkis read The Silmarillion.
The Lord of the Rings are good.
I think that'd be cool.
The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings are really good audiobooks. I don't know. It's up to you. A lot of those, when you start getting into things that have mass appeal, you got to be careful because like pay attention to what you're getting.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of full Hollywood production multiple actor readings.
Yeah.
Yes.
That bugs the crap out of me because
I
they
don't
do
care
sound
for those.
effects and it's too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And it feels like I should be looking up at the TV all the time to see what's happening because it feels like it's a movie.
Yeah.
So I prefer the single narrator.
Yeah.
Some people don't, and there are some books out there like the Ender series that have multiple perspectives that are
Right.
told by different readers, different narrators
Yeah.
will talk. So they'll have like maybe a female narrator that does this female character, and then a very deep voice guy, and then another guy, and a younger guy to match sort of the characters that the perspective is
Right.
told from. Some of those are done very well. The Ender series in particular is done very well. The first Formic Wars stuff.
Yeah, I think if I were to listen to any of the Lord of the Rings stuff, I'd probably only listen to Andy Serkis. just hit the way that I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I think it's just him narrating it.
Like the Dune books are all fantastic.
Any word on what the December challenge is yet?
Not
It's
yet.
not December.
It's not December.
It's not December.
Tried to catch us in a weak moment and give up the goods.
True.
Too bad. So sad.
He does The Hobbit. Okay, I know he just did the Silmarillion because Christopher's reading it or listening to it, and told me I have to do that because it's really good.
Yeah, I think they had Circus after the Lord of the Rings. Go back and read a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good options between Jason and I that we can give you as well. What kind of stuff do you like?
Yeah, I was gonna say you'd have to tell me what you like. I don't know if I can give you any help or not.
Fantasy.
More
like,
fantasy than not
I
sci-fi
can
as much.
definitely
No.
help you on that.
But I was saying you guys last time we talked about it. Sci-fi isn't really intriguing me, but I haven't found a sci-fi thing that
I would
has
say
grasped me.
if you wanted to try something sci-fi to just experiment with it again,
Yeah.
I would always recommend The Expanse
Okay.
as a
This is
book
good.
series to read.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah, the show is really good too,
Yeah.
but the book series is
Okay.
really really good. Yeah, and it's an easy read. The narration's good. It's the same narrator the whole way through.
Okay.
And
Try it.
yeah, it's fun.
Think of the
Join
far.
us, Gabe. You'll join the land of disgruntled readers who
That's
they
true.
switch narrators on
Oh my
halfway through a
God.
series. And you'd be like, wait.
It's the worst. It's so bad.
Lumberjack Tim asked, when are we revisiting old challenges? We've got a lot of new people in the Discord, and us old heads have improved in some of those techniques.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, tell us, Tim, what you're talking about in particular.
Yeah, is there something?
I
that
feel
you
like
want
we
to see?
do various, reiterations of the same thing already. But if there's a specific one, there's no reason why we couldn't do it, so long as it's been long enough.
Yeah, when September hits, we're gonna start planning out the next
Yeah.
few months. So
Yeah, we had the last 3 planned out. We had October, November, December planned. So once we announce the December one, we're gonna have to go back and think about what our next couple are gonna be.
December challenges to give a full tasting notes of the current paint line. You have to buy the whole.
You're fired, professional paint liquor.
You have to buy the whole paint line. A win-win situation.
R4 Logi Nova Rubens. I don't know if I got that right at all, but welcome and thank you for the follow.
Lumberjack Tim, so airbrush only, NMM, TMM, the all fluorescence challenge.
Ha!
Nah.
That'd be a lot.
That'd be rough.
Ugh.
It could be cool though. You never know.
I think we could do a fluorescent challenge. We try not to do like super product specific
Yeah.
challenges. Like we don't like to do model specific challenges, but we could do something with the fluorescence. I think that's a good in between because you could use any fluorescence you like. The effect is going to be similar regardless of what you use. They might not be as good as ours, but they're still going to give you the same punch. I think the goal of that challenge would be just to how do you use super bright punchy colors to either do OSL or to tell a story on your model. And that's really what we're trying to do most months, is get people more comfortable with how they're telling their story in their painting through color choices and things like that.
Professional paint liquor said, "You can't fire me. My job title is customer."
I believe your title is professional paint liquor.
It's true.
Also true.
Havoc asked, any word on when the satin black and red orange are coming out?
So Satin Black looks like it's on the docket for Adepticon. No promises, but that's our goal. Red Orange. We don't have the Red Orange slated for that soon, but we have a color that's similar, like a darker version of it, dark Red Orange maybe.
Yes.
It's not completely worked out yet, so I don't know if that's exactly what we would name it. Coming in that timeline, and then Red Orange is probably around the May, June kind of timeline.
It's a lot of new paint.
This next year is big. This next year has 18 colors coming in March.
Woof.
Our biggest release since the release of the paint line,
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
That's gonna be fun.
right? So
That's gonna
18
be so
new
fun.
colors
It
in
just
3
means
sets.
Adepticon's gonna be crazy again.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 colors across 3 sets coming for Adepticon is our goal. Now, as always, that's always subject to change. We'll see how that works. That's our goal. Yeah, so that's gonna be big. Huge.
Yep. That'll be
Even.
fun.
Huge even.
That is going to be really fun.
Model has too many arms.
It's like 4, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
It's a great model.
It's a cool little puppet model, basically.
Mm.
So she's got all the ball joints in the wrist and the elbows and stuff like that,
Oh, interesting.
which is cool.
I always wish that Malifaux would have gotten more traction in an area that I was in.
It's a
Because
neat game.
it is so lore rich. I don't know what they've done with the lore since I stopped really paying attention a couple years back. But
Oh yeah, I haven't.
when the other side came out and that flopped so dramatically,
That was a big bummer.
yeah,
That game
I was
looked
super
really
stoked.
cool.
Super stoked. It played really well. It was a neat, bigger version.
Yeah.
It allowed you to do kind of like rank and flank Malifaux. And
Yes.
it was funny because the world, even though the lore is so rich, the world that was playing their games didn't want a bigger game.
Oh.
I think people wanted bigger models.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so they made bigger monstrosity models in a bigger game, right? So they didn't
Yeah.
have to retune the skirmish game to give you like a gargantuan something or other, because there were some big models, but they were all big in plastic, but not so big on the table.
Yeah.
Like
This
the
is-
nightmare dude that ran around with the dreamer
Oh yeah.
kid.
Oh yeah. So there's like a dragon. There's a couple of dragons actually. There's like the big T-Rex dinosaur.
Yeah.
There's the nightmare one that you're talking about. There's a couple of other weird nightmare models as well. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on.
Eclectic Salmon will be coming out with Red Orange.
Ooh. Also, I've been a bad timekeeper. We have 1 minute
We have
left.
1 minute.
Un minuto.
1 minute.
But yeah, Satin Black in March.
Hello. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Have a good evening.
I locked the crash door.
What's that?
I locked the crash door.
Oh, the one going outside. I always check it too, but thank you.
You're
Awesome.
welcome. See you guys.
See you,
See ya.
Shannon.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, ma'am.
I was hoping. I was wondering if you were going to say "See you, Shannon" or "Bye, Mom." That's Gabe's mom. Came in to say goodbye. She's amazing, by the way.
Yep.
She's cool.
Yeah.
She's super
Gabe
cool.
has good mom. I was going to say good parents, but I don't know his dad. His dad's name's Jason, so he can't be all bad.
Nope. He makes
I should
cool
make a
things.
business card that says "We'll lick any and all paints, anytime and anywhere." Thoughts? I mean, go for it.
Kinda
I
funny.
will hunt you down. We have open job descriptions right now for paint liquor hunters. Professional paint liquor hunter. Warpig, did you hear fluoro collars? No.
Ghost Hunter, she is a pill.
Colors? Yes. Yes.
She gets ice cream for herself and my sister, and not for me.
It's true. What you get
They
sometimes.
hit shelves last Friday all over the U.S. They will be hitting worldwide over the next couple of weeks.
Heck yeah.
So depending on where you are, Canada will be the quickest because stuff gets from here to across the border quicker. That order should be ready to ship out. I'm hoping early next week to Canada. The UK's order will be close on its heel, but I think Element right now is expecting a January 9th or 19th date for fulfilling orders on their site. Because with the holidays, it's going to take more time to clear customs and everything going into the UK, but they've got a big order in.
See you
Slayer
later.
Street, take it easy.
Bye, Slayer Street.
Have a good night.
You can't catch me. You have to dig in every dumpster in the city. You're hiding in dumpsters?
But why?
Deadbeat asked, is it salary or per head for paint liquor hunting?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a salary plus commission.
Ooh.
Yes. They are true fluorescent pigments. We did not, the way that we're telling that story, we initially started saying that they're not as UV reflective. The problem is that some of the colors are more so than others because we didn't design them with that as a care. Just being flat out honest with you. We wanted to take fluoro pigment and we wanted to use it in a way that gave you the most punch in daylight. So how much can we give you that's going to give that OSL just an absolute amazing glow in regular light? So the model has the effect you were going for. And we weren't worried about black light UV interaction. Don't care. All the fluorescent pigments will do that. We just didn't tune them to be like the most amazing thing under black light. So don't get freaked out. Like, you know, green versus pink versus yellow are all going to give you different amounts of fluorescing action. But yes, they do.
Picking up a fluorescent and a bottle of Noosh after work. Sounds great.
Look at that.
Fun.
It makes it look like I didn't even paint my models. Not fair.
Zing. Some fluorescent for you.
Yeah, they're super bright. The cameras hate them. They're amazing.
Yep. Super fun.
Philip!
Hi.
Hello, Phil.
Where's the remote?
How'd your day finish out?
Busy.
Yeah,
The same as how it started.
I was going to say. It's
started
kind of like a
and
front to back
busy.
busy right
It
now,
is.
right?
Yeah.
Philip, you're gonna need that remote again. And I watched you put it down, and I was laughing internally.
Oh, 'cause I have to change HDMI every time.
Yep.
Why?
It's new guy Phil.
Which one is it on?
It's just,
Input 1.
it's just you have to select the
HDMI 1, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. It's not that it.
That
I'll have
TV
to
is a
select
garbage
it.
TV.
It is
Yeah.
not the best TV.
That TV opens
Cherry
up
Guy
every
here
time
too.
and tries to make you watch something you don't want to watch.
I don't
Yep.
wanna watch. Oh. Happened to me at the hotel every time.
No.
And then
Oh my
and then it
gosh.
Charged me $60.
That's
I
full
don't-
screen chair.
That was
Or
full
Pigment, you have a
screen chair.
blacklight game table at your LGS.
Really?
That's cool.
That, you know, that's just something. That's one of those things where I'm like, I just don't. As an artist, I don't care about the fluorescing part. I just care about the part when it's in normal
Yeah.
looky light.
How often am I in black light that it matters that I paint?
But
my
you know,
stuff?
like War Pigment says, they got a table with blacklights on it at their,
Oh.
at their local gaming store, which is awesome.
That's kinda
That's not a
cool.
way I would want to play with my. It's not a way that the rest of what I've spent all my time on has any effect at all, and I'm not going to just
Yeah.
dip models in fluorescence. I don't care. But if you do, awesome. They do it, and they look great.
Yeah, it would be cool to have like a theme. Like if that was you're intentionally painting them to be
Well, I know
like
they did a 40K tournament that was like
underground.
disco like that, where they had like the terrain painted in fluorescent, and they
Oh,
turned
that'd
off
be cool.
the lights, and it was.
I just
like
think of like the
40K after dark. Kind
what's
of a thing.
the underground place in Skyrim, Black City, something like that, where it's like a bunch of glowing mushrooms everywhere
Yeah,
and it's super
it's all
dark.
phosphorescent stuff.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to have a battle like that under black light.
Fair play Skaven. Undersea.
Professional paint liquor. The opossum is your spirit animal, other than garbage cans. And hang
Possums
out
are
with
great.
possums.
They can't get rabies.
Underdark? Was it Underdark? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I think it was 40K after dark, and they did it. Maybe they did it at a bowling alley.
Oh, because there's already black.
I feel like
light
it was
built
some weird thing that happened here in the States.
Oh,
That I remember from years back.
Because I already had black lights. Because they
Yeah,
do
no, it's
like,
good.
don't they do like
She's looking great.
disco bowling or
Looking
something?
real good.
I like the green skin.
Yeah, I did I kind of wanted like a sort of a pale. I'm gonna bring it up with like more ivory and stuff, but I wanted to have that kind of marionette style skin that kind of contrasts well with the bright and colorful clothing.
Looks great, dude.
Gives it kind of that eerie look, right?
I like it.
It's my favorite lake.
Eerie?
Yeah.
Eerie?
Thank you for laughing.
It just it wasn't the joke. It was more that you have a favorite lake. That's and maybe that's
It's not.
that's
It's not
funny.
actually. I don't. It's not my favorite lake.
No, I know.
Favorite
It's
what?
just funny. His
He
favorite
said
lake.
Erie, and I said that's my favorite lake because I'm a 12 and I like that.
He is 12.
We hired a 12-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Crazy.
You did an illegal.
Jacob, several.
Ja-
There's a few of us here.
Several.
More than a 12-year-old.
I'm just the leader of them.
I can think of at least 3.
I'm just going to say this once. We are live in
Yeah.
front of real people.
Hi.
And now they've all turned us in to, what even is it?
I don't know.
Well, they turn our parents into CPS, and they turn you into.
Oh, that's Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
And I just
You
go,
probably fair labor practice.
fair labor practice.
That's
Absolutely.
Fair
prob-
labor
that's
practice.
that's probably where you'd end
I
up.
think if you're my children, I can get away with paying you up to a certain amount every year without it being a problem.
yeah,
as
right.
long as you're over the age of 12.
We just have to
Yes.
be your dependents.
12 or older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like I just got a bunch of dependents.
Finally.
Finally. Jacob's been asking me to adopt him now for years. Literally years. I got to adopt you too?
What is this? A crumble cookie?
He kind of did already.
I mean,
To be
that's
honest,
true. That is kind
you
of true.
kinda
That
did.
kind of is true. It's a good thing I like all of you people.
Yeah.
What is this? A Crumble cookies? Is Crumble the place we got those cookies from?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's 407.
407.
Snap.
Time to quit.
Nappy
Time to quit.
Quitting time.
Quitting time.
Sorry, Chair Ben.
Oh,
Blow the
I
horn.
don't
We need
care.
we need like a.
I was gonna
like
stay
a,
for 10 minutes and then
We need like an air horn, Gabe.
I told Chad I'd be
I
here
don't,
today.
I don't know if chat wants to have an air horn.
Put it on
in
the
mic.
list.
Put it on the list.
All right. It's on the whiteboard.
Put it on the list. It's on the
Put it
whiteboard.
on the list.
I'm sure we can find like a wave file.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
an ow.
Do we have
We
one
need
on
like the
here?
Fred Flintstone getting off of work siren.
There's a website called myinstance.com, and you can find MP3s of
Yeah.
pretty much every sound.
I
you
feel
want.
like the Fred Flintstone thing was like a pterodactyl they pulled on its tail and it squawked or something like that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, when they're at the mine.
When
yeah,
it-
yeah,
when
it's
he was
like a
at the
little
mine?
pterosaur, something like
The
that.
bedrock.
I've watched very little Fred Flintstones in my life. Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, I love
And
the
you, and you
Flintstones.
wonder what the problem with you is.
You didn't like dinosaurs?
Well, there's a lot of problems with me.
You don't chew
To
your
which one
food.
are you referring?
Don't chew your
Yeah.
food.
Arrow.
Jade says, friendly reminder for the book chat channel. I think it's a great idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like
Book
it.
chat.
Book chat on the Discord. So another great reason to join our Discord channel, folks.
My favorite book
Yes.
is Everybody Poops.
It is a good book.
It is a good book, actually.
Good book.
Everybody.
That's the only thing I'm gonna
So
talk
there's a
about in that
guy
chat.
on. There's a guy I keep finding on. He keeps coming up on my YouTube feed, and he's like, "Hi, my name is so and so, and I write children's books, and his children's books
are so out of pocket.
Oh
I know,
my
I know
God.
exactly who you're talking about.
It's like
So
my
funny.
big balls
Yeah,
is one of them.
so
It's
funny.
about the kid who
And
has
Sarah
big,
plays with my
who
balls.
plays with his big balls. Everybody likes playing with my big balls.
I'm
so
leaving now.
funny.
No, it's literally just it's kids with like this 2 beach balls. It's all happy
yeah,
dunkies, but you
it's
know,
so
it's so funny
funny.
because he goes, "My name is so and so, and I write children," and then he reads you the whole book and on his channel, and I'm dying laughing, like spitting out loud. The other one that I saw is I can't say it on stream.
No, probably not.
can't say that
Half
on
of those you
stream.
can't see on stream.
Bye, everyone.
No, but it's really funny, and it's funny because on YouTube, and because it's just that turn of phrase that he uses is just hilarious to adults, but obviously it's not. I hope
little
nobody
kids,
sees it and
yeah.
says, "I'm buying this for my child."
Yeah.
It's like go to the F to sleep with Samuel L. Jackson, right? It's like that kind of a adult children's book.
So
Deadbeat
funny.
says, "I'm going." Yeah, and the first one is I think it's like. I don't remember. Everybody plays with my big balls or something like that.
Oh
It's funny.
my god.
It's if you go big balls children's book, you'll find it. I guarantee.
I don't know.
That's a great. Don't search that at work.
Big balls. Either that or you'll be on
Yeah,
an FBI list. Probably
yeah.
both, but you know, it's funny.
Most of us probably already are on FBI. lists.
Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. If you're new and you came here on one of the raids, again, thank you for sticking out with us. And please hit that follow button. We stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 Mountain Standard Time here in Arizona. And you can check any of those links for all the awesome Monument hobbies you can handle. The store and the FLGS will show you where and how to purchase all of our wonderful goods like Pro Acryl paint, Pro Series brushes, Go bags, all the great stuff we make. And then you can join the Discord and hang out with us even more. If this wasn't enough, then you can get more.
More.
Come over to the
More.
Discord. One of us. One of
of
us.
us.
Stick around for the raid. We would love to see you back here, but show some love in the channel we wind up in, and we will catch you back here manana. Adios, gang. We're out.
Bye.